It's a good morning to you and welcome to the St. George's CABS T20 smashing cricket tournament here at St. George's College right here in Harare, Zimbabwe. And two teams that are going onto the field of play right now is Churchill and Windhoek from Namibia. Now both teams yesterday lost their matches and lost them in quite dramatic fashion, with Windhoek unable to put a competitive total against St. John's College yesterday, which was chased down in about 8 overs. It was about 68 all out against the Christian Brothers College. So today both teams will definitely want to get points on the board and do it very well. So Churchill won the toss and they will bat first. And our batters are about to get onto the field of play. As we can see, the umpires are right there on the pitch, and Windhoek also making their way onto the pitch. My name is Rumbo Chakureka. I'll be giving you the commentary as well. And I believe it's going to be an exciting day of cricket. As they say, the age-old adage of catchers win matches. So if Windhoek want to stand a chance against Churchill, who have won this tournament several times, then they have to get their catching right. Their bowling has to be tight, because Churchill can really be very good. So Emmanuel Mose and Tafara Matau are the ones walking out, and they will be opening the batting. Now it is going to be interesting to see how they go about the setting of the total. We do know that it's a used wicket here. Maybe they'll be using a little bit of a new pitch. We saw a bit of water going onto the deck, and it was rolled this morning, so it's the fresh pitch. Maybe offer a bounce, maybe a little bit of movement there, but we'll see how the pitch plays out. And opening the bowling for Windhoek will be well defended and going down to point at that particular instance. So the one thing I will commend Churchill for is trying to get their eye in here before they start looking for the runs. And also you might also suggest that Windhoek have also been bowling pretty decent lines that have made it difficult for Churchill to score early. But it will be important to try and get some runs within these first 5 overs within the power play before more players are allowed to get outside the circle. Oh, that's an edge. Goes past the keeper and straight down to third man, and Churchill will count themselves lucky, but at least a run is on the board for Takunda Manyama. Oh, that was touch and go there by Emmanuel Mose. Almost nicking that one through. Was lucky enough to get his bat out the way. Must say that the breeze could assist the bowler here. And there we go. Not so sure what exactly he's trying to do there. And with the over up, the Churchill are 2 without loss. Henry van Wyk will get a second bite of the cherry here, and I'm sure Windhoek will be a little bit happy. 2 overs gone and Churchill only on 2 without loss. That's exactly what you would want in the power play. Not a blazing start, but you will expect Churchill to try and get some acceleration going, especially in the 3rd over. And that one driven straight down the ground, but straight to long on, and he fields that one well. And so Emmanuel Mose gets his, or rather Takunda Manyama gets another run. And Emmanuel Mose now, oh, he tries to go for something a little bit elaborate, was trying to work it onto the leg side, and that wasn't a good option. Played all around that one, and I really don't see Van Wyk getting too much turn, but he is getting a lot of bounce. That one goes towards leg side, and Mose gets his first runs off the bat through a sweep shot. Oh, there we go again. That bounce. The pitch is looking really good, offering some assistance for the bowlers early on in the innings. Oh, that one goes down leg side. It is wide. That one was short. Tried to get rid of that one, but came straight through to long off. Well, we can say in a mid-off position here inside the circle. Cuts that one, but taken well in the cover region, and they scamper through for 1. So Churchill now learning to rotate strike. That one swept through, And they scamper through for another single. And that is the end of the third over. And Churchill are 6 without loss after 3 overs. So there will be a little bit of a question as to what could you really put on the board when you're looking at this field. Usually teams tend to hit a lot of boundaries on this field. It's a little bit smaller than the main field, Madden Field, which we'll be looking at in the next couple of days. But Badenhorst comes. Tries to go for the pull shot there, and it doesn't quite come off. But luckily for them, they do scamper through for a leg bye. And there we go again. I think that ball was full for him to try and execute a pull shot. But then again, it is T20 cricket. They are looking for the pulls, but I don't think at that length you can be able to execute it. Unless if you're saying you're a Shubman Gill or someone like that. That one has been dabbed into all the way down to third man for another single. And so Churchill here now ticking over just a little. They are in double digits. But still, Windhoek High keeping their bowling quite tight. Oh, lovely rotational strike there by Churchill, scampering through for another single. And I think that should have been the communication from their head coach, Johnson Marumisa, that singles are just as worthy as boundaries. If you rotate the strike, you will unsettle your bowler. A lovely little dab there, and it comes all the way down to fine leg, and they were able to get 2. So they are picking up the singles quite frequently now and looking now to begin to accelerate. So really good stuff from Churchill here. And the final ball is a dot. So Churchill did much better within this over, rotating their strike. They are now 13 without loss after 4 overs. So it looks like they are changing bowlers here. It's Gerard Jans van Rensburg who will be coming in, and it looks like he's another off spinner. This time round he's right arm, and he'll be coming over the wicket. Oh, bowls him! Takunda Manyama there. Well, you don't do that towards spin. If you just go back deep in your crease, you will be bamboozled, either an LB or straight bowled, and that's exactly what happened to Takunda Manyama. Didn't see what happened there, and his off stump was uprooted, and so Churchill lose their first wicket. Churchill are now 13 for the loss of 1 after 4.1 overs. And coming onto the crease. Will be Kupakwashe, and I'm sure he will get a little bit of advice from one of his players, from Emmanuel Mose there, that maybe don't step back into your crease and try to bat deep, especially against a spinner. Try to go onto the front foot. That will assist in trying to negate some of the challenges that would come in stepping back. Well, I did think that it was off spin like it is. He is a right arm leg spinner. And so Windhoek have got their first wicket. I'm sure they will want to chew into the top order as quickly as possible. The question is, can they do that, or will Churchill look to revive? Oh, wow. Went on the front foot, but was nowhere near the pitch of that delivery. Totally lost him. Finally gets into that one. They come through for the one. Able to take advantage of a misfield. So Kupakwashe Muradzi immediately off the mark. That one came through as a low full toss, and that has been dispatched by Mose all the way through for a 4. So that's the first boundary of the innings, coming after 4.3 overs. The art of leg spin can be a little bit tricky. When you get it right, it can look beautiful, but when you do get it wrong, leg spinners tend to be punished. Another sweep shot, and that one straight to the man who is at square leg. Mose there, unable to get it over the man who was standing at a square leg position, and Churchill lose their second wicket. They are now 18 for the loss of 2. I'm sure the Windhoek High coach is happy. Emmanuel Mose, both openers, Emmanuel Mose and Takunda Manyama, are out. And so there might be another rebuild here that might need to take place. Ngoni Gongera is coming in. Oh, wow. Wow, they saw his appetite for the sweep shot, and once he went for that slog sweep, it went straight down the throat of square leg there. Looks like the square leg has now moved into more of a almost 45 type of leg position, just behind square. And there's a man that is deep mid wicket. And there we go. As I mentioned before, early on in the morning, this pitch will offer a lot of bounce, and Churchill is struggling with that bounce. But that brings us to the end of the over, an over which saw us getting 2 wickets. And Gerard Jans van Rensburg, currently the hero for Windhoek High. Churchill 18 for the loss of 2 after 5 overs. And so another change in the bowling as Adolita comes through. And he looks to be another seam bowler here. So just quickly taking a look at the field set. And that one immediately defended. And Kupakwashe Muradzi, lovely shot, drives it through the covers, and that one will be a lovely boundary. Muradzi driving that one through the covers. There was nothing that the man standing at cover could do. That was threaded through the gap, and that one went straight for 4. So Churchill now on 22 for 2. That one coming down leg side was clipped, but there is a man who's at a short fine leg position just inside the circle. So Windhoek here seem to be bowling just back of a leg, trying to extract the bounce from the pitch. Oh, that one threaded through once again. Goes down into the third man region and goes for another boundary. So Kupakwashe Muradzi here able to pick some good runs off Adolita, taking Churchill to 26 for 2. And that looks a little bit healthier for Churchill if they want to put up a decent total. This time round, just looking to be a bit more careful there. There could be the boundary rush within the head at times, but that brings the end of the over. 26 for the loss of 2 after 6 overs. So Churchill looking a little bit better here with a couple of boundaries coming off that over. But lost 2 wickets that I would personally feel that they shouldn't have lost at that particular point. But you can't take it away from Windhoek, who have bowled some magnificent lines. Now Ngoni Gongera is a left-handed batsman, so hopefully he might just make life a little bit difficult. Well, actually he's a right-handed batsman. Almost thought he was standing in a left-handed position. And there you see that bounce again. He dabs it down to the third man. A misfield allows Churchill to scamper through for 2. And those kinds of fielding mistakes tend to bite you, especially when you lose a match closely. There are some certain runs which you wouldn't have wanted to have conceded. So Van Rensburg continuing with his leg spin. He's already got 2 wickets in the bag. Goes for it down the ground, but immediately picked up. Churchill are only able to pick up a single. A little bit of a direct hit there, but it was inconsequential. And so there is a man who is down a deep square leg. I'm sure they are expecting a lot more slog sweeps from Churchill. That appetite to try and slog sweep a leg spinner. And that one going for another big shot, which again is not quite necessary. There are a lot of overs still to come. I'm sure a rotational strike would be important here for Churchill. Again, bowling really good lines and pitching it at a really good length here. And Van Rensburg ends his over. Churchill are now 29 for 2 after 7 overs. So another change in bowling here. It's Zakeo Jans van Vuren. And he's another seamer that's coming along. So it looks like it was a decent start. Starting off with the spin and seam. And it looks like they're just chopping and changing here just to try and make sure they keep Churchill guessing as the overs continue to tick along. Gongera will be facing the new man coming into the attack. Plays that one with the bat. Now they need to run with a little bit more urgency there, Churchill. They were a little bit timid there. And you never know, that could have been a run out. But luckily for them, they get through for a single. So Van Vuren here looks like he's more of one of those military medium seamers who will be looking to just hit accurate lengths and lines. Now they continue to accumulate the dots. Do Windhoek. Wow. Well, even if Churchill does desire to play within the V, you can see that men have been put there by Windhoek, and you would have to have a really accurate shot, hit it really well, thread it along the ground. And there we go, being done for by pace and bounce. Gongera struggling maybe just a little to get bat on ball at the moment, but as we did mention before, within the first hour this deck would be offering some good pace and bounce, and that's exactly what we're seeing there as Churchill are struggling to get bat on ball. So it is 8 overs up, Churchill on 30 for the loss of 2. A change in commentary.
Are we back up?
Wait, just a moment.
Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Technical difficulties at the ground. But we are back here at St. George's College for the 2022 edition of the Smashing T20 Cricket, annually hosted and proudly sponsored by CABS and many others. Right now we are watching the action here between Windhoek College and Churchill Boys High, and Jakarta on strike, carved into the covers. Quick single there, and Jandre Schlechter is the bowler. He's looking tidy so far. He's coming in from the school end. And he's floated that up there, has Jandre. And nudged on the ground for one. So relieving some pressure that has been mounted. Cut into point, quick single. Unfortunately, throw just a little bit off balance there and couldn't quite get the power behind it. Safely made. Score, that is the score, takes the score to 48 for a loss of 6. So Windhoek College in the pound seats at the moment. And that ends the 13th over. 48 for 6. Churchill Boys High find themselves in a lot of stress and turmoil here. 7 overs to go. You'd like to think they'd need to get it somewhere close to about 110 to give themselves a bit of a chance. But take nothing away from the Windhoek College boys. Their bowling performance has been phenomenal. And Franco Berg still operating from the city end. It's tidy so far. He's picked up a wicket. It's only gone 2 runs. It's a bit Andrew Hall-esque there with that action. Franco Berg still putting it on a good length. Sarima finding it very difficult. Finding it very difficult to get the ball off the square. He's got him. An absolute perler of a delivery there from Franco Berg. Pitched on, and he's taken the top of off stump. Dennis Sarima did not see anything there. Fantastic, fantastic bowling from Windhoek College, especially Franco Berg. And all sorts of trouble here are Churchill boys. 48 for 7. And Franco Berg, 2. There we go, middle and off, and the top of off stump, she gone. played all around it, did Dennis Riemer. And look at the excitement there. He loved that one, did Franco Bach. Absolute perler. He's bowled 1.4 overs, 2 for 2. And that brings in Tuna to the pitch. Tuna just adopting the old Shivnarine Chandapal guard mark. And hopefully that's a secret weapon for Churchill boys. Maybe he is their Shivnarine Chandapal. Solid. Just walking off, just calming his head, clearing it, and getting all focused again to face this next ball. Franco Bach bowling wonderful lines and lengths here. Absolutely spot on. It's hard to get him off the square. And again, just on the legs, tucked off his hips for one. Fantastic over there from Franco Bach. Going for the solid. That ends the 14th over. It is 49 for 7. And Churchill boys have got 6 overs to try and get another 50 odd runs here, just to give themselves a bit of a chance going into their bowling innings. So a change of bowling here from the school end. Henry van Vyk coming back into the attack. One wicket for 8 runs on his 3. Left arm orthodox. Coming around the wicket. Very risky edge there. 1 run. Oh, turn and bounce. And Tuna and Jakarta running well here. Vyk still coming in from the school end. Ends that over. Ending this over very well here is Van Vyk. He's only gone for the solitary 3 runs. And chipped in the air, fortuitously finding the gap. And that ends the over. So 15 overs gone here, and Churchill boys 53 for 7 in all sorts of trouble. Unbelievable bowling from Henry van Wyk. He finishes with 4 overs for 12 runs, picking up the wicket. They don't have as much license here to free their arms, but they need to get a move on here. Do Churchill. Ita coming in from the city end and sending that one down the leg side, so not finding his target. He's had the solitary over. Bit expensive in comparison to the rest of the bowling attack here. Went for 9, fully pitched up, driven down the ground, and another single to Tapiwa Tuna. Bring Jakarta back. Guided down to deep point from Jakarta, and just the solitary single there. So much better here. 3 runs off the first 2 balls of this over. Can't afford any more dot balls, can Churchill boys here. Full toss, and driven straight back to the bowler, so good effort on his follow through there to field his own bowling. Again, not on target. Not on target at all. Playing down the leg side. So you'll have to bowl that one again. Will Ado Ita. Solid defence there from Tapiwa Tuna. I like his enthusiasm. He's looked busy at the crease, resetting himself after every ball. And he swung his arms at that, parried in the cover fielding position there, and he's found himself a boundary. Thunderous drive through the clear. So 4 more to the total. That takes the total 61 for 7. They've got 25 balls left in this innings. Oh, and he's pinned him, has Ita. Back of the length. So finishes along. Good response to that boundary. That is 61 for 7 after 16. Janssen van Rensburg from the school end. Nudge down the ground, single. And poor throw there, but no harm, no foul. So single to Jakarta, 2 on strike now. He's got a brisk action, does Van Rensburg, and that misses everything. And I don't think Churchill will be too upset the fact that they got 4 free runs there, 4 byes. Takes a score of 66 for 7. Again, brisk action, bit of turn. Rushing through this over now is Janssen van Rensburg. And it also applies a lot of pressure to the batsman. They can't really get set. Full toss. But all he can do is nudge it down the ground for 1. Looks like Churchill are a little bit scared to use their feet to the spinners here. Carved into the covers. And stutter start there, but again, not the most powerful throw from the covers, and he manages to get himself back in crease. That could have ended up in a world of pain for Leon Jakarta. Tuna not interested in that single at all. Unfortunately, I think every run is going to count here for Churchill. 67 for 7. They got 19 balls left. They need to start scoring some more runs here. Short. It's rushed him, but chipped into mid-wicket. Carter not interested. That's poor running from him. Tuna ran that first one hard. Jakarta almost strolled that run. So that ends the 17th over. It's 68 for 7. Change of bowler from the city end. Janssen van Vuren. He's come back into the attack. He's been tidy. He's bowled 2 overs for 9 runs so far. Into his 3rd. Oh, slower ball down the leg side. Oh, that had to have hit something in order for the umpire not to give that a wide. But obviously it didn't hit the bat because it didn't give it out. Caught behind. Again, firing it down the leg side. And some exercise for the umpire there. Has been an early start for some of these umpires, so good to see he's still awake. Short. And Tuna couldn't get back to ball at all. Fishing outside the off stump there. Just too many dot balls in this allotted 120 balls. Shimmy down the wicket. And there we go again. Some more exercise from the umpire. Wide ball signalled. So Van Vuren will have to bowl that again. Tuna's doing well to disrupt his line and length. Change of field. Sending a man back onto the deep mid-wicket boundary. So bowling to a leg side field now. Off the pads. And leg by there. So another run to the total, 72 for 7. So there's obviously a plan here from Janssen van Vuren. He's got quite a strong bias to his leg side field, so I wouldn't expect anything on the offside here. Short and over the top of off stump, back of a length. So good bowling there from Janssen van Vuren. Can he close this over out? It's been tidy so far. Coming down the wicket. Chipped it to deep mid-wicket. And fantastic catch there on the mid-wicket boundary. Running around, steadied himself. Didn't look like dropping it at all. And Ramsey MacDonald was the catcher there. And unfortunately that is an end to Jakata's innings. So that brings in Wesley Maramwidze to the crease. Clutching at straws here are Churchill. Great end to the over there from Van Vuren, picking up the wicket again. Yet another wicket for Churchill. That's gone down. And change of ends here for Franco Berg. He's bowling from the school end. Look at those figures. 2 overs, 2 wickets for 3 runs. Unbelievable bowling from the young man. .72 for 8 in the 18th over. 28 more runs, so 14 runs and over will get them to the 3-figure mark and make them a little bit of confidence going into their bowling innings. Churchill back of a length again. Can't get the single away. Great effort there off his own bowling. Good awareness. Quickly to the ball. Fired it in at the stumps, but Maramwidze got back into his crease. Back, steaming in again. Back of a length. That tricky action. Again, it looks like Andrew Hall of old. Running his fingers down the side of the ball. And they can't really pick which way it's going to bounce off the deck. And Tuna just going down the track just to calm his batting partner down a bit. He comes down the wicket. And overthrows there. Unnecessary overthrows. So good running from Churchill. Two runs to Maramwidze. Back, steaming in once more. Back of a length, short, and Maramwidze absolutely latches onto that one and dispatches it for 4 through the leg side field. was a fantastic shot there. Sat back, waited for it, and powerfully thrashed it through the leg side field. Slow ball, full toss. Straight down the ground for one. Low full toss, sometimes those are difficult to get away, but this has been a much better over for the boys in purple. 7 already off of it. 79 for 8. 7 balls to come. Back of a length again, and responds very well to finish that over well with the dot ball, and that's his morning over with the ball. 3 overs, 2 for 10. It's not a bad outing for the young man. Anyone would be proud of those figures. So there we have it. We've got one more over to go. They are still 21 runs short of the 3-figure mark. And Janssen Furen to close this innings out from the City end. Wesley Marumwidze just taking his guard again, asking for 2 leg. So you would think that he would free his arms, get his left leg out the way, free his arms, carve it through the leg side. Short, back of a length, swung away into the deep leg side. And eventually they get the second run. That was a bit of a mismatch of comedy of errors there, but they get through for the second run. So a good start to the over. Slow ball, full toss, swung away again to the leg side. Can they take the second one on? Not this time. So it brings Tuno back on strike. If he's learnt anything from his batting partner, clear that left leg and try and swing it through the leg side field. There's a lot of space on that side. And chipped to backward point, unfortunately. And it looks like Jandre Schlichter took that catch. That backward point, and that's the end of Tapiwa Tuna's innings. So Marumwidze managed to cross, and Ryan Simbi joins him at the crease. Outside off stump, carved again, high in the air, an easy catch for Jack Parker, and that ends the innings here for Churchill. Unfortunately, it's not a batting performance that they would want to remember. They all out, and one would say that that's probably not enough runs on the board. Look at the scorecard there. Opening batsman 9, that's Emmanuel Moze. Takunda Manyama 5, Muradzi 9, Bongera 10. Not many batsmen could get off the mark. Marumwidze and Ngongora were the only 2 got into double figures. And look at the bowling there. Fantastic effort from Bridges van Fake. 4 overs, 12 runs, 1 for 12. Badenhorst 2 for 7. Janssen van Rensburg 4 overs, 3 for 14. Pick of the bowlers, as well as Janssen van Furen picking up the last 2 there. 3.4 overs, 3 for 14, going in an economy of 3.8. And it's a great bowling effort there from all who turn their arm over. So that ends the innings. Churchill setting a measly 82 runs. And join us for the second innings, where Windhoek College will want to try and make light work of this chase.
So welcome back to the second innings. Well, Churchill putting 82 runs on the board there, being bowled out 82 all out by Windhoek, who are bowling some really good lines, taking some good catches out in the deep, and that means that they've only got a target of 83 to pick up their first win of the St. George's CABS T20 smashing cricket tournament. Yesterday, they did fall to St. John's College of Zimbabwe, but it wasn't that easy for St. John's College either to make it there, because the bowling of Windhoek looks really good. So opening the batting for Windhoek, Ryan Moffat and Ramsey MacDonald. And it's Ryan Moffat who will be facing the first delivery. Manyama will be coming through. He's a seam bowler and looks like he's a fantastic all-rounder, having opened the batting for Churchill a little bit earlier on. Despite not putting many runs on the board, they'll be hoping to do much better with the ball. Yesterday, Churchill's bowling and fielding was absolutely exceptional, and they'll need to dig deep if they're going to do the same. Here comes Manyama. Well, good delivery first up there. And Ryan Moffat experiencing the same thing that the Churchill batsmen were facing. A lot of good bounce on the pitch, whether off a length or back of a length. It's really good bounce, and it's carrying through quite nicely. So the question will really be, what would have been the discussion in the Windhoek dressing room? And there we go, some good bounce once again. So good line so far from Manyama. And whilst talking about the discussion, I'm sure the head coach would have said, I think it's important that we initially get our eye in. No need to try and rush this score. Otherwise, we might find ourselves in a pretty pickle, losing quick wickets. So they will want to drag this out for as long as possible. Just rotate the strike, pick up the singles. They've got 118 balls to do so. Oh, that one carried through quite nicely and almost found a tickle of Ryan Moffat's bat. So as we were saying, with 117 balls in the bag, try and get 83 runs. Surely the discussion should be respect the good delivery, dispatch the bad ball, and of course look to rotate strike. And that one has been hit through down to third man, and they get through for a single, and Ryan Moffat is off the mark. Ramsey MacDonald will get his first taste of the action here. And a very interesting batting stance, looking a little bit like the Pakistan batsman Fawad Alam, standing wide, an open stance, and then trying to close up as the delivery is coming through. Looks like those stances that we were taught when we were kids are no longer existing. Standing like an king is quite okay, as long as you can get the ball out of the meat of the bat, or if you can score the runs, your stance doesn't matter. And once again, a pretty decent delivery, a little bit wide there, and he tried to go for it, but luckily enough he survives. So that's first over up, and Windhoek are one without loss. So Wesley Maramwidze will be coming in again. And this time round, Churchill not looking to take the option that Windhoek did of maybe having a spinner and a seamer. They've opened up with seamers, and I'm sure they'll be looking to get a fine tickle here from the Windhoek batsman as quickly as possible, as the pitch is still fresh and good for bowling. But as the sun continues to bake down on the pitch, I'm sure the next match that will be played here will be an entertaining batting fest. But let's see how this one goes. A lovely line first up from Wesley Maramwidze. Beaten all ends up there, Ryan Moffat. And the Churchill fielders are buzzing, especially after the delivery. Well, they'll need to be buzzing throughout. Oh, he comes down the wicket there, Ryan Moffat. And I'm sure that one will be signalled leg byes. Well, apparently he did get some bat on it, so the umpire isn't going to signal that. But Ryan Moffat there using a tactic that I think Churchill needed to have used to try and gate some of that bounce that they really couldn't control. Maybe try to walk down the wicket, get to the pitch of the delivery. There's that open stance there. A good cut shot. Well fielded at the point region there, but they are able to scamper through for two. So just a slight misfield when that ball was cracked through a cut shot, but at the end of the day it was just only 2 runs. Good delivery once again. That one blocked out by McDonald. That one was a little bit wide. Tried to go for a big booming drive, missed it all ends up.
I saw this yesterday, I was like, let's see, before I bring magazine. Okay. Just watching the full camera. Okay.
And Maramwidze now coming to seal the over. Oh, lovely line. Good pace and bounce from him. Ends the over. And Windhoek are 4 without loss after 2 overs. Well, a commendation must go out to St. George's for preparing some fantastic wickets, some really good pitches here. They are allowing the contest between bowler and batsman to be really incisive. If you're not a thinking batsman, you will get out somehow, some way. Manyama coming with his second over now. And that one has been dabbed down to third man for a single. So Churchill keeping it tight in these first couple of overs. But once again, you don't have a decent total on the board, it can make life difficult. Oh, Manyama just dummying his run there and deciding to come back. And he will restart his run up. Oh, there, look at that good bounce. McDonald there was to just maybe dab it over once again into the third man region, but the bounce got a little bit too big on him. And that one driven, but straight to mid-off. It sounded really good off the bat, but that one going straight to the fielder. Oh wow, really getting some good bounce off the deck here, Manyama. Really, really good bounce. Oh, that one almost going to the fielder, just going over the head of a little bit of a wideish cover position, but interesting to see that the bounce there bamboozling McDonald, and he almost dished out a catch, but luckily enough it went over the head. Another good delivery. That one goes straight over to the man who's fielding at a mid-off position, and with that the over is done and dusted. Windhoek on 6 without loss after 3 overs. They are chasing a very measly target of 83, but 2 or 3 wickets lost could be very difficult. So they need 77 runs off 102 balls, and they do have 10 wickets in hand. The required run rate is 4.53, so it's not out of hand as yet. The current run rate at 2, pretty much the way that Churchill started. It's only that the difference is Churchill had lost wickets by now. Oh, good full delivery, and that one dug out immediately by Ramsey McDonald. Wesley Maramwidze appeals for that one. Well, they are vibrant in the field, and I'm sure they need to be, because that's the only way that I'm sure they can continue to put the squeeze on Kai. But at the moment, there isn't much of a squeeze to talk about, is there? Once again, that one goes into the point region. So Wesley Maramwidze and Takunda Manyama have really given Churchill a very decent start in trying to defend this very small total. But with that delivery, You really can't keep the lid on the runs. It goes wide, and that is signaled by the umpire. Well, in other games that are happening right now, Peterhouse were able to make 121 all out, and they've already taken 2 wickets off St. Andrews B. So they'll be hoping to also pick up their second victory of the tournament. Whilst Hellenic Academy batted first, and they were restricted to 126 for the loss of 7 in their 20 overs. And St. Andrews College A is playing no jokes, as they're currently 42 without loss after 5 overs. So they mean business. A little bit later, we will see St. George's College also taking on Lomagandi. And St. John's College will be dealing with Christian Brothers College. That one goes, but just over the head. Looks like they are going to go for 2 here, Windhoek. whipped it through onto the leg side, and that is a much needed and much welcome boundary for Windhoek. Jakarta's over becoming a little bit too expensive here.
Good morning.
Oh, caught and bowled. Hitting it straight back just as they were getting more and more comfortable. Ramsey McDonald just gives his wicket away, hits it straight back to the bowler. Maybe was done for by pace. And he hit that one straight back to Jakarta, and Churchill pick up their first wicket.
Posted 171 for 5 in their 20 overs. Namagas replied with 85 all out.
And so Windhoek are now 33 for the loss of 1 after 6.5 overs.
Played against Churchill boys.
The required run rate is still very, very low.
All 3, Hellenic Academy played against Prince Edward. Hellenic Academy won by 2 runs. An exciting game there on Weaver Field. Afternoon games from yesterday. PL's College.
And so coming to the crease is Henry van Wyk. And
College won by 34 runs.
at this point, things could get really wobbly if Windhoek don't just make sure they maintain control of this innings. But at the moment, they are still strong favorites to come out with the win here. It's only 6.5 overs gone, 14 overs to go, with 50 runs to get in order to win this one, and 9 wickets in hand. Sure should feel they still remain the favorites.
St. Andrews College won
But maybe Leon Jakarta could upset the cart here.
enjoying it day today. We've got
Another decent delivery
corporate tapes, lots of
for the left-handed Henry van Wyk.
snatch on too.
We saw the damage that he caused when he came on as a bowler.
Hope we're supporting our schools and keeping it nice and positive for all the boys out there. Just a mystery of this tournament. St. George's College, the hosts, have won it 5 times. Peter twice. St. John's College once. I'm pretty happy about that. South African schools a few other times as well. And our reigning champions on the main field, St. George's College, hoping to retain the trophy. Let's sit back, relax, and enjoy a wonderful day of cricket.
And so coming into the attack, Tapiwa Tuna, his first over was quite expensive. I'm sure he'll want to really lock things down after the first wicket went. But Ryan Moffat is still at the crease, and I'm sure he'll need to carry the innings all the way through. We are still... Wow, that one has just been dabbed around to the corner. Might go all the way through to the boundary, but has been cut off by the man who was at square leg there. Have work to do. And that one hit down to long on. A slight misfield by Churchill, and Windhoek are able to get 2 runs out of that one. So Ryan Moffat doing a sterling job of keeping the scoreboard ticking. And that one was right in the block hole. Better bowling from Tuna there. Oh, that one has been launched into by Ryan Moffat, and it goes straight into the car park. A huge 6 by Windhoek, and that definitely helps their cause. Well, it looks like they are going about things very nicely and easily here. They now just need 40 runs to win from 74 deliveries, and that is a very achievable target if they continue to go in this way. So Tuna there getting a little bit of tap. So far he has gone for 20 runs in 1.4 overs, something that Churchill will definitely not be smiling towards. And with that ball having gone that far, it is a little bit of a search party that has been sent out there to try and get the ball back in. And it looks like it has been found. And so Tuna here has to finish the over strong. He does do one of those dummy runs and comes back maybe to try and unsettle the batsman, but Ryan Moffat doesn't look like he's perturbed. And that one going down leg side, what do you expect? That one has been paddled just round the corner, and it is another boundary. And Tuna here has been very, very expensive. That takes Windhoek high to 47 for the loss of 1 after 7.5 overs. Well, they are now motoring along, and I'm sure they will be looking to finish this match much faster than they expected. Oh, Tuna is the man with the last laugh there. Ryan Moffat tried to be a little bit too cute with a reverse sweep, and he got bowled. Now, could this be the start of a collapse, or is it maybe just a slight chink within the armor of Windhoek High's intent to chase this one? So it is the second wicket that falls. But still, in my opinion, they are still in a very strong position to still win this match. 36 runs off 72 balls with 8 wickets in hand. Surely they should get over the line. Unless if they do want to cause their coach a little bit of heartache or maybe a heart attack, then they could collapse from this point. But surely this match is in the bag. Well, coming to the crease now is Gerard Jans van Rensburg, and is joining another new batsman in Henry van Wyk. In total, both batsmen have faced one delivery. So this is something that Churchill will look to exploit. 2 new batsmen at the crease, put some pressure, and maybe they could get a clump of wickets, and that could put them back in contention for this match. But as it is, Windhoek High firm favourites to still win this one. But who knows? Schoolboy cricket, particularly in T20 cricket. And so coming here, Ryan Simbi being brought into the attack, and that first delivery blocked out. So Churchill with a good number of left arm spinners here. Tuna has gone for some tap, but Ryan Simbi so far keeping things a little bit quiet with the 2 new batsmen that he has. Well, decides to go for a big shot over the top, but some good fielding in the deep restricts that one to 1. And generally when we're looking for the umpire here to give us direction as to where our leg stump is, our middle is, I've always felt it's just one of those traditions we use to try and settle ourselves at the crease. I mean, these days with T20 cricket, whether you've got an off stump, middle stump, people just belt the ball down the ground. Coming round the wicket now, Ryan Simbi. That one goes straight. straight through. He missed it up, and they were able to scamper through for a bye. That one looked to send it through the point region, but that didn't quite work out for him. Well fielded by Churchill. Again comes through. They scamper through for a quick single, and that's the over up. And Windhoek reach their 50. So it's only 33 runs to get to the end of this match, but a change in commentary as Desmond McDonnell comes.
Yeah, thanks Ravimbo for the introduction. 50 for 2 after 9, 33 runs off 66 balls. So they're looking really comfortable here at Windhoek College. Janse van Vuren or Rensburg and Van Wyk at the crease. Tapiwa Tuna has taken a bit of stick here in his 2 overs. And he is being given another over here. 1 for 24 off 2. Yeah, he's got the wicket, but it is a bit expensive. Left arm around the wicket and fires in a dart. Van Wyk does well to keep that one out. And slightly off target there, Van Wyk trying to help that around the corner. Just getting himself tied up a little bit. There's Henry Van Wyk. There's a lot of time. Don't have to do anything silly here. Again, spears and a dart there. And leg byes to Windhoek College. He looks good, does Tuna. Got a good arm ball on him. But Janse van Rensburg maybe would take a liking to the angle that Tuna has provided by coming around the wicket here. And that's outside off stump, drilled down the ground by Janse van Rensburg for 1. I think it's definitely a lot easier for the right-hander to face Tuna than it is for the lefty. It's coming across his body, so difficult to score on the favoured leg side. A little bit shorter, quicker there, and a bit high on the bat from Van Wyk, but manages to get off strike, rotating it again. Another single. Score ticking along nicely here. 53 for 2. Needing another further 30. And again, in the arc and comfortably dealt with by Janse van Rensburg. So he managed to get himself on strike for the next over. And that ends the 10th. 54 for the loss of 2. Mr. Simbi to continue again from the city end. He's also left arm around the wicket and floats one out the offside. Easily dealt with by Janse van Rensburg. So gets the single, and Van Fake back on strike. Simbi now over the wicket to the left-hander in the arc, chipped just over cover, and relatively easy single there for the two batsmen. So ticking the scoreboard nicely along, 56 for 2. Simbi again fires one into the pad and easily dealt with by Janse van Rensburg. He runs the first one hard, but brilliant outfielding there from Churchill, being that to 1 run. It's very difficult for these bowlers to get into any sort of rhythm with this left hand right hand combo. In the arc, skewed and dropped in the covers. So Van Fake living a very dangerous life here at the moment. Going to free those arms, but he's just not quite getting the middle of the bat. Dot ball. Janse van Rensburg. He's looked good in a short stay at the crease so far. Simbi again on the stumps, and that's absolutely everything. It's just shaved the off stump. That's the end of the 11th over. Score is 58 for 2. Can see some of the school kids here from St. George's College practicing their bowling in front of the cameras. It's good to see them enjoying themselves. And Tuna to continue and hit down the ground for 1. Tuna going to finish up his quota of 4 here. Hasn't had it his own way. 1 for 28 so far. Fires one in. Van Rensburg carved out to deep cover point. And just the single. Brings Van Fake back on strike. He's had the lion's share of the strike. Faced 13 balls for his 6. That's a lot better. Not getting himself so twisted up. Managing to rotate the strike. So Tuna from the school end. Left arm around the wicket. Fires a dart in the slot, and 6 runs for Janse van Rensburg over long on. Powerful hitter, and unfortunately you can't bowl there to a man of his caliber. Right on his arc, so dispatched disdainfully. And Tuna's afternoon's going from bad to worse here. Again, in the slot, but didn't get quite all of it there. And easy as you like. Going for 1 too many. And caught on the boundary there by Leon Chinai. Settled himself nicely. So another wicket goes for Tapiwa Tuna into his column. score is 67 for 3, 11.5 overs gone. And it's becoming more and more of a formality here, is it, for Windhoek College. In walks Jack Parker, and hopefully himself and Henry van Feyck can get Windhoek College over the line here. Tuna to finish off his quota of 4 overs here. 2 for 36 so far. Van Feyck on strike. And much better finish to his over there. Was a bit expensive, going for 9, but did pick up the crucial wicket of the big hitting Gerard Janse van Rensburg. So the equation is 16 or 48, 7 wickets in hand. They're cruising at the moment. They can do it in singles if they wanted to. 2 and over, it's all they require, but definitely think Windhoek will want to get the bonus point. So potentially Simbi might get a bit of stick here. Jack Parker might take a liking to this left armour and try and finish this off relatively quickly. But that being said, he hasn't faced a ball yet, so maybe he also just needs to play himself in a bit. Interesting guard, batting on leg stump. Trigger movement. And floated wide the off stump. And it's a good ball there from young Simbi. But slow through the air. Again, another dot ball. There's always the nerves when you've just walked to the crease. You want to get off the mark as quick as possible. So sensing here is Simbi. Maybe he can get his man. Again, slower through the air. But, Parker manages to get that through into the covers, and they get through for a single. Takes the score to 68. Simbi back over the wicket here to Van Feyck. And he carves it down the ground. And fantastic catch on the boundary there. Running in from long on. He had a lot of work to do. Threw himself into the big dive. And has picked it up inches off the ground. So great catch there from the outfielders of Churchill. Again, that man Leon Chennai taking a wonderful catch on the boundary. Windhoek College just stuttering here a little bit. Don't even think the next batsman thought he was going to have a chance here. He's not even ready. So a little bit of a delay here to see who actually comes in for the dismissed Van Feyck. Now, umpires are calling time, so this batsman could get timed out. Everyone's getting involved in trying to get the batsman ready. Yeah. And Jansen van Vuren, he had his legs up after his bowling effort. Didn't expect to be thrown in with the bat. Diminutive character of Janse van Vuren against the beanpole Jack Parker. But facing will be Parker. Simbi's bowled quite well thus far. He's gone for 7 in his 2.4. So really tightening the screws here from the city end. Parker nudges it into the offside field, but for nothing. Been a good over so far. 1 run with the wicket. He'll be wanting to finish strong here. Will Simbi. The famous Chinese cut there, and they come back for 2 runs. So Jack Parker increases his total by 2, and that's the end of the over. The end of the 13th. Scoreline is 70 runs for the loss of 4, and Windhoek require further 13 runs off 7 overs. 6 in the shed still. Potentially this could be done in this over, but they have stuttered a little bit, have the boys here, so I think they just need to get the job done now. Change of bowler from the school end. That man with the safe hands, Chennai. Full toss. And gets away with it. Jansen van Vuren couldn't get that anywhere near the middle of the bat. I don't think he was expecting a full peach first ball. Fire down the leg side. And umpires get a bit more. It's not what you need when you've only got 13 runs to play with. And again, fired down the leg side. So 2 wides there. And Chennai will have to bowl that one again.
Excuse me, how many wickets?
So Chennai just not finding his radar here. Parker on strike. Much better in the block hole, but squeezed out for a single. So 10 runs required off 40 balls. 9 runs rather, 40 balls. And then another single to Jansen van Vuren. A lot more confident now that he's got himself off the mark. Formalities now for Windhoek College. Nearly there. A lot fuller, a lot wider. He's got 2 balls left here, does Chennai. He doesn't want to do anything too drastic. Just finish your over up. Try and give your partner on the other end something to bowl at. Squirted through into the covers again, 4-1. Seven now required. One lusty blow here will tie the scores. Fired down the leg side, bat on it, 45. Just couldn't stop that single. So that ends the 14th over. It is 77 for 4, and Windhoek require a further 6 runs. So change of bowler from the City end, Manyama, to replace Simbi. And bit of a distraction here on the field. The next teams here just putting off the inevitable. Manyama steaming in and hit straight to the man at point, and it was in for a second and then out, and Van Vuren breathes another sigh of relief. He gets another life here. That could have made things very interesting, that wicket. Manyama again. It's good lines, good lengths. Both these batsmen just not sure how to handle it, and unfortunately Sarima was the man who dropped that catch off the previous ball and gifted Janssen van Vuren another life. Parker cradling his bat. I think he's broken it down the spine. So change of bat here for the young man. It's always a pleasant sight for a fast bowler when you damage equipment. It really gives you a bit of gusto to come in for the next ball. Manyama, back of a length, up in the air, high, keeper under it, and takes a good catch there. He made a lot of yards to get there, but does the right thing, ushers everyone off of it, and Muradzi takes a fantastic diving catch there. So that's the end of Parker, and things are getting interesting here for this game. Windhoek need 5 of 33. They've got 5 left in the shed. Half the team is already undressed, thinking that this game is over, and unfortunately the batsmen just can't get the job done. So in walks Kristen Lowe, and the score is 78 for 5. 14 and a half gone. In that time, with that ball in the air for so long, that great catch from the keeper, the batsman did cross, so Janssen van Vuren's on strike. Manyama steaming in again, back of a length, cut to the point fielder, so another dot ball. Fantastic over here from Manyama. 2 balls to go. Manyama, back of a length, pulled too long off, and another wicket. And there's that man, safe as houses yet again, down on the boundary. Leon Chennai doesn't drop many, does he? And Janssen van Vuren has gifted Manyama a second wicket. Do you believe in miracles, ladies and gentlemen? It is 78 for 6, 14.5 overs bowled. Windhoek need 5. Churchill have got 31 balls left to bowl. There's 4 wickets in hand. This could be down to the wire. So in walks Franco Bach to the crease. Full toss. And he gets a single. So no more nerves for him. He's off the mark and he takes the strike off the net. That ends the 15th over. And the score is 79 for 6. So, change of bowler from the school end. Dot ball. Maramwidze has come on for Chennai. 79 for 6. Bach, swing and a miss. 4 runs required. All of a sudden, Churchill's tails are up. A lot of confidence now in the side. Back of a length. Bach through the gap in the covers. Coming back for the second, tight, and he just makes it. Umpire there not convinced that the bails were off in time. 2 runs fired, 1 more to tie. I think the shed of Windhoek College will breathe a sigh of relief if they just get that 1 more run, because then it's inevitable. They cannot lose the game from there. Maramwidze again, full. Great ball there from the fast bowler. Here's the replay. Stump but broke. He's out. He's absolutely out. By 2 yards. And unfortunate there from Churchill. Unfortunate. Maramwidze again. Bowled him. Got his man. Some people would like to think that might be karma for the umpire's decision. Franco Bach, unfortunately, the victim of karma. So bowled by Maramwidze. Interesting times now. It's 81 for 7. 2 runs required off 25 balls. It's tight. And the new man at the crease is Hanro Badenhorst. Apologies, viewers. I didn't realise that replay didn't come up. However, if there was TMO, third umpire definitely would have got the signal of out from that previous run-out attempt. But it was short-lived anyway, because Bach was bowled the very next ball. In walks Hanro Badenhorst. Still trying to digest his lunch because he went off early. Don't think he expected to have the pads on in a run chase of this total. Warmidze full wide, and he finishes off that over with a dot ball. So at the end of the 16th over, it's 81 for 7, 2 runs, 4 overs left, 3 wickets in hand. And with that, there's going to be a change in commentary box. It might be very short-lived, but we welcome back Ravimbo Chakureka.
Well, thanks, Des. Didn't think I was going to be coming in. Thought it would have been done and dusted, but clearly Churchill looking to pull off a miracle here. Windhoek have kind of collapsed, and I'm sure are trying to make sure their head coach has got blood pressure tablets close to him. An unnecessary ploy at the present moment, but nonetheless Churchill looking to pull off a miracle, and Manyama would have to most likely pick up all 3 wickets in this over to ensure that the match isn't taken by Windhoek. Remember, Windhoek just needing only 2 runs in order to seal this match off, and Manyama has been bowling absolutely phenomenal here, and that one is a dot ball. As you can see, his figures 2 4 5. I mean, ended bowling performance from 3 overs. And once again, that one just back of a length, beaten by the pace and bounce. Kristen Lowe, he's only faced 2 deliveries so far, so he's a very new batsman. Badenhorst as well, a very new batsman. I mean, the required run rate is quite funny if you talk about it. That one is an edge. It goes over the keeper, comes down to third man. They go for the single, and scores are tied. Just 1 run needed to win. I mean, you can edge this one for all you care, and the victory will be in the bag for Windhoek. Maybe made the work a little bit too difficult, but once again, you can't take it away from Churchill. They've really bowled well, but unfortunately they just didn't have enough runs on the board to defend. So Badenhorst could be the one to hit the winning run here. All the fielders have now come into the circle to try and prevent that one if it is to be taken. Here comes Manyama. Well, Badenhorst totally misses that one. And Churchill lived to fight another ball. Has to restart his run up there, Manyama. I'm sure the Churchill coach would not be disappointed with the fielding and the bowling, but surely the batting needs to be corrected. That one has been dabbed through into the third man region, and Windhoek are going to go through for 2 runs here. And it is done and dusted. Windhoek pick up their first win of this St. George's CABS T20 Smashing Cricket Tournament. Churchill fall to their second defeat, and clearly there are going to be some stern words dished out by Johnson Marumisa. But that is the end of that. And Windhoek High get 84 for the loss of 7 wickets, winning by 3 wickets in this particular match. What a chase, what entertainment that was brought in the final third of this match. One with Churchill, but unfortunately not enough runs on the board after they posted 82 all out. So Johnson Marumisa definitely will not be happy. The next match coming on board, St. John's College will be taking on Christian Brothers College. Stay tuned as we bring you more action from the St. George's CABS T20 Smashing Cricket Tournament right here at St. George's College in Harare, Zimbabwe.